Hi, welcome back to EMAX Bowling. Today I'm going to be testing out the Tour Dynam-X from Roto Grip. Pretty interesting piece. Lower diff asymmetrical core with a fairly strong cover. A lot of people have said it's like a stronger IQ Tour or even an alternative to urethane if urethane doesn't look great, but you still need that kind of motion. So let's see it on the lanes here, see what we get. Bowling on our normal house shot, 41 feet, about 26 milliliters. Not super easy, and lane 10 is usually a pretty hard lane. Oh, already like it, doesn't flat 10. So you can tell it definitely, even though it's a weaker core, it still picks up in the mid lane. It's still pretty strong. The cover is pretty strong, as I said. I actually drilled this right before I went to the World Championships in Kuwait, and it was a little too early down there, so I shined it up a little bit, and that's how you're seeing it right now. Let's throw another one. Same spot. As you can tell, picks up pretty well. Back end motion, I would say it's medium quick. It's not super smooth, super slow, but it's definitely not in the area of the really quick balls like a Virtual Energy Blackout, our CX2 balls, or a Zen Gold label. My layout on this, I wanted to make sure it flared, so I went with about a 4-inch pin, tall pin, just to make sure that it would flare, and it wouldn't just be too weak for me. So it flares decent with this layout. I will say, to me, I feel like it's maybe a pinch too strong off the spot down lane. So let me show you one more shot here, and I'll tell you what I would do different if I drilled another one right now. So what I mean is, I feel like it wants to change direction a little too hard down lane, which forces me a little bit further left, forces my ankles a little too much open. But the core isn't quite strong enough. The core is still fairly weak. So for me, playing the really open angles, playing really far left with this ball, is not super great, and that's kind of why you're seeing the 10 pin there. I think if I were to drill another one right now, I would probably still go with something like a 4-inch pin, but probably below the fingers to make it a little bit smoother. I think that would really make this ball a lot more usable with straighter angles, probably with a little more surface, and I think you can really get a really good ball out of it. It's still pretty good. I think it would just be better with a smoother layout, so that would be my recommendation. Go with a stronger, smoother layout, and I think you'll get something really good. So let's try taking a step left here. See what it does. Gonna try getting the rep rate up a little bit. Ooh. You can definitely see it can change direction, and that's because of that. Because it doesn't flare a whole lot, it doesn't use up a lot of energy early on the lane, so it gets down there with a lot of energy and really has a chance to have a good pop on the back end. So I wouldn't say this is a good ball for when the lanes are burned up and you need to move left and hook the entire lane, but it definitely, because of the lower diff and the less flare, it can get through a lot of the junk in the middle of the lane. So let's try to throw one a little bit straighter, just so you guys can kind of see it from different angles. It does look pretty good there, and that's kind of the way I would like to use that ball. But with the layout I chose, I think it just forces me to move a little bit too much off that line. That's why I said I would go with a smoother layout for the Tour Dynam-X if I were to recommend it to someone. But as I said, I shined this one up a little bit, and that's not how it comes out of the box. So let's put a little bit of surface on it, and you can see how it looks when you buy it a little closer to that. Okay, so I'm just using a little worn out 500 pad, not pushing super hard, just to get the polish off. All right, so I'm gonna move back to the middle of the lane. Gonna move 3 further left of where I was there, just because of the extra surface. Let's see how it changes the motion. That looked really good actually. Definitely picked up quite a lot earlier, and that little too hard move off the back of the plane kind of looked like it was gone with that. So maybe I just need a little extra surface on this one. That one was a little firm, but you kind of get the idea. Like it picks up early, but because of the lower flare, it doesn't burn up, and it doesn't just go absolutely crazy on the back end. I actually really like the motion I'm seeing right now after putting a little extra surface on it. So yeah, looks like it could be a pretty good ball. That's a pretty good shot. Again, I think with a little bit smoother layout, I would be able to play a little bit straighter with it, and that would really improve my carry a lot. But I do like what I'm seeing with this ball. It's a little different than other medium strength balls. I don't think it's going to be the ball you're going to throw on everything, but you probably already have a phase 2 that you can do that with. This is going to be the ball that's a little different. When the phase 2 won't carry or doesn't look right, this could be the one. If you go with a taller, a little more angular pin, you can play a little further left with it. If you go with a smoother layout, you can play pretty straight with it and have that nice low flaring core allow you to just be right on top of that friction and just keep going all day. So Tour Dynam-X, we look forward to throwing it some more, learning more about this ball, and yeah, hope you enjoyed if you drill one. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and let me know in the comments if you've tried the Tour Dynam-X and what you thought about it.